All right, we're back.
Cool. So we just found out that Sith's character is now Glitch Boy.
Yeah.
As you do.
Well, if you had more, we'd have the Glitch Mob, and it would be a popular band.
Yeah. That is actually how that music group was formed.
Makes sense.
Yeah. They just threw all three of them into a pool of the stuff, and then they come out, and then they're just like...
Yeah. It was going to be a flash mob, but that got deprecated, so...
Yeah.
Okay, now the suit is glowing like bright white all over because it's turned on or hooked up to your thoughts or whatever.
Man, I was in Monster Hearts there for a second, and I was like, all right.
The bodysuit rolls to turn you on. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. So Jeffrey's just glowing bright white all over.
What the fuck is that? Holy shit, Jeffrey! Are you okay? Like, I don't even know. Sirius, you are muted. You should probably know that.
No, I know.
Okay, cool.
I was physically muted. I'm impressed. You can tell.
I saw your mouth, but you move into the mouth parts. See, now you're faking it, though.
Yeah.
I can tell the difference.
Yeah, so I think Jeffrey sort of does the, kind of checks, starts looking around, attempts to blink, and then I guess looks at Valerie and goes, that was weird.
When you try to blink, the only part of you that turns on is your eyes. And they're not really your eyes. I think it's maybe because it's a touch screen from the inside as well as the outside. So when you blink, what it does is registers that there's pressure on the inside in different places, and then you just see
does the rest of the suit turn off, and then just the eyes, and then
Yep.
Oh, that's creepy. I love it.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Valerie, on the other hand, is freaking out, and she takes a step back and is like, "What the fuck is that? Oh my god!"
Jeffrey is becoming one with the universe.
Is that a bad thing?
No, that's an excellent thing. Soon he should be able to get us out of here.
I would like to get out of here,
just by the power of his mind.
I'm really worried
dots and rhyme.
But I guess it's okay, right? If you can get us out of here, just say you're okay, please.
I am totally A-okay. And, completely straight-faced.
So what Valerie sees on the outside is muffled sound and the text scrolling across the mouth, and also black lips moving, and just I'm okay.
I'm not really reassured by that. I'm just saying. Just maybe get us out of here. Okay? I'm kind of freaking out.
See if you can make the platform lower. Then we can go through the door. There are more of
Okay.
those inside through the door.
Would you like to try to lower the platform?
Is there any, like, I'm not hearing, like, any other suggestions from, like, the glitch stuff. I'm still just Jeffrey, right?
Yeah, you're still...
To my knowledge, I'm still Jeffrey.
Yeah. I think...
Questions you ask in role-playing sometimes.
When the suit is on, you expand your mind into this weird technological space.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain starts to be able to look into the glitchscape, which is like this... you can kind of see the internet, like, if you wanted to, like, look on Facebook, you could just kind of, like, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just be like, think Facebook, here's my information, and then everybody sees your password because it's projected on your body.
Right.
And then it's just, you see Facebook in your own mind, but everybody can see you, like, scrolling downward. It's like Kelso when she's putting on Love and Banterfell and accidentally goes onto Twitter.
No, that's okay. He's got to use one of those 256 kilobytes. Past.
I am a perfect streamer that doesn't have any problem ever.
Look, we needed it to see Genius Dog and his invisible skin.
We did. Okay, that's true. I got distracted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll totally like try and like think about trying to lower the platform.
Yeah, access the mainframe or something. Yeah, sure. I feel like run could be an appropriate action for this. Okay. I feel like you get a bonus die because the suit is in a way assisting you, or you're doing a group action with the suit. Okay. Well, do you trust it?
No.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Well.
Okay. So now you have a tough choice to make. If you don't trust the suit, you roll 0 dice, because that's the dice you have.
Does the suit give me an action die? No, because someone else who untrusted me did. Or the typecast. Do I get typecast by the suit?
I think I'm going to leave typecasting to the PCs, because otherwise there's always somebody who can trust you and distrust you, because that's how life works.
I kind of answered my own question.
Yeah.
Totally. When I did that, but
that works.
For a second there, I was trying to pivot for a bit more dice.
Yeah. So you have a choice. Trust the suit and make a group action with it, or don't trust the suit. And
Jeffrey does not trust the suit.
That's okay.
I don't really blame you there. Like,
it's not a thing. It's gonna happen.
Well, there's other ways to get dice, so.
Yeah.
What if you threaten the suit?
Oh, there's a rule for when somebody distrusts you and you would like to earn their trust, you ask them openly, what must I do to earn your trust? And they'll give you something to do or a way to act different that they'll trust you. And that's kind of like a contract that you make with each other. So I'm going to ask Sif, what must the suit do for you to trust it? Or be, or whatever, or not do.
Right. I think this is sound really weird, but of course it is.
Please.
But, it needs to explain the EULA to me. Like,
nobody can explain the EULA.
Like I want to know I want to know all the fine print that I have now just somehow double clicked through or something, and then I would trust it because I know where it's coming from.
Nope, it can't do that. Nope. Not yet.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
I think Sirius is like, trust the suit. It's just a tool.
Says the one.
What does projection do? What does projection do, Golden?
Projection? It allows me to... Oh, I can communicate with whoever I want.
Are you going to communicate with the suit directly?
That was both a rhetorical question and a genuine question because I couldn't remember if I had changed that rule or not.
You can speak and form intimate relationships with objects, natural patterns, and phenomena.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So maybe when I say trust the suit, I'm also talking to the suit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know that I can talk to objects, I think. Or is that something I can naturally do?
This is totally things speak from the Savvy Head, and now it totally makes sense. Okay.
I thought that was your
inspiration
for it originally.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
I made that
probably
assumption.
Was.
Maybe it's just because the most recent game of Apocalypse World I played in, I was a Savvy Head, so it was right on my mind.
I saw that. That was good. Randy Gucci was great.
Thank you.
Okay. What question would you like to ask the suit? Or what do you want to know about it or tell it?
Well, answer me first. Is this something I can normally do or something I can only do in the Matrix place?
This is something you can always do because you're a special pawn shop owner.
Okay. So I think I tell the suit, help us get out of here, and we'll take you with us.
The suit says back, what's the thing that genies say? Your wish is my command is what it says.
Okay. Sweet.
And it says in VCR OSD mono font across Jeffrey's chest, your wish is my command. And that's what somebody screen caps and puts on Pinterest later. And
nice.
The platform lowers.
Help me up, Valerie. All right, we're up.
I'll help you up.
All right, let's get out of here. We can trust the suits. Our desires
background as you can
are in accord.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I trust your opinion on this suit. You, threw somebody off a balcony. That wasn't even 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but at least we're not...
Speaking of which, when the suit came off of the body, what is
what's left
behind?
Yeah.
Oh, a black charred husk.
Ooh. Well, that's disturbing.
Awesome.
At least you're not in the dark anymore.
What's gonna happen to you, Jeffrey? She kind of looks at it and looks at him ooh.
I'm sure Jeffrey can be saved without harming the suit.
I just want you to be okay, right?
Yeah. I think Jeffrey just kind of as this weird like shrug thing, but like
yeah. I grasp Jeffrey
when you say that, I'm
manly.
picturing like a little shrug emoticon, like starts in the center of your chest and like explodes outward as you make the shrug gesture at the same time.
Totally.
So when I grab Jeffrey in like that manly man hug kind of way, does he feel fleshy underneath?
Yes.
All right, good. I'll pat him on the back. He's fine.
Your handprints get left on the back. They're just... It's like...
a high five, I understand.
You know that thing where there's like a board of like nails or whatever, and you can put your hand against it to like... Yep, it's that. But with the like touchscreen style.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You hop on the platform and get it to bring you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we haven't answered a very important question. And that's, what's the way out of here?
Building houses.
That's what I was thinking too. I think there were contingencies made by this Silk Row faced person.
Right.
Where the key to get out is whoever wins the competition gets to get out and all of the others stay in the simulation.
And I feel like Jeffrey knows that by integrating with the suit.
I feel like so.
Yeah.
Or maybe...
Because like if he has access to whatever the key would be, because we said that the suit has the key or whatever, the key is...
Well, assuming the door was the actual way out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The door is the way out of the room without doors in it. Out of the holding chamber.
But that's not out.
Yeah. That is a way... That's like moving to another room in a prison. Like that's going from your cell in a prison to the dining hall in the prison.
It's a much nicer prison, though.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm trying to go back to the original thing where you were talking as the original Glimmer lady, and the ask was to flip or sell, or is it to build?
I might have said it in a way that I didn't mean it.
Because I
said
think you said
flip. I said
okay.
flip. But like, now that you have access to the suit and all of the knowledge that it contains, what you definitely know is you have to compete to see who can build or renovate the best house. You're missing a bit of information on the platform, but once it, like, we're at the top now, obviously, because let's cut out the crap. The door is open because it never closed for whatever reason. You walk through the door, and it seems like the same material, but like a hallway out of it until you cross the threshold of the door. Then it turns into like a different scene again. It glitches out again, and then you were... I'm trying to decide what sort of place you would be, because you're standing with a bunch of other people, like you're standing with the people that you're competing against, and I'm trying to figure out where you stand.
Like a rundown, burned out old airplane lane or something on a little island?
Oh, yes, that makes perfect sense. I've seen that before. Aha. Thank you. That's where you are. You walk through the door and suddenly you're outside airport.
But before that,
and yeah,
do Jeffrey tell us that you have to defeat all these other people to get out?
I don't think that's not the win objective.
It's not.
It makes the win objective easier, but it's not the win objective.
I kind of want to bash some heads, but you don't tell me.
This isn't deathmatch.
Is it?
I'm not really good at like head bashing or whatever, so I think it's probably for the best that we don't have to do that, right?
Can we not bash people's heads in?
Like,
okay.
I am not super good at like physical violence, but if you need me to like dress that shit down, I can definitely get into some verbal violence. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I'm saying,
like, that's my forte, right?
If all we gotta do is like pimp out a bachelor pad and nobody else does anything, we're still getting out of here. So do we want to win by being the best at household renovation, or do we want to be the best by screwing with everybody else?
Well, one thing Jeffries is curious about at this point is where or what are the resources the contestants can use for said house.
You learn all that as soon as you walk through the threshold.
Okay.
It just instantly gets downloaded into your brain, and the premise is you get a really shitty house. Those are your resources. You can also have tools and stuff like that. Now, whether you completely deconstruct the house and use its parts to make something else, or you just expand it, is completely up to you. You just get bad house, and you can either fix it or sell it for a really high price to get money to buy a different house, and that's better to flip.
Okay.
That's like kind of complicated.
Yeah. So,
but we have like money and stuff to do this theoretically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, is there like a list of these houses, or are we just sort of like magically only see ours and not the other?
Well, we go to the
so you know that this field is the premise of the contest, and yeah, airport field. As you walk in, there's the lady that Silkrow was projecting on her glitch skin suit that you are now wearing. That lady, the real person, well, it's complicated, but real person appears because you can. Her hair isn't two-dimensional anymore, and she's wearing heels instead of just walking in bare feet and pretending to project heels. She's walking around and introducing everyone to each other and explaining the rules and stuff. So she says, "Let's meet our contestants." And she points to you first. She walks towards you and says, "Come on, get in the shot," or whatever. And then you look behind you and there's like no cameras anywhere, and then it's just the fuck.
Yeah, like how do we know we're in the shot? What?
Yeah. So, and she'll kind of guide you with her body language and stuff to get you to do the right thing. But
when you say you, is that specifically Jeffrey, or is that's
all of you?
The plural you?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Valerie is like coming into the spotlight because she wants to be in the spotlight, but also it's like you're like, I don't even see the camera. How am I supposed to smile?
I almost want to think that because of the glamour suit, Jeffrey actually sees like where marks are on the ground next to this lady. Of like, this is where you're supposed to stand for that sort of like right proportions for the camera shot. So maybe Valerie sort of sees Jeffrey point like, if you stand like right in that area.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. I will. Okay. I also want to ask, since I didn't know this was a mechanic at the beginning, but what can Valerie do to earn Jeffrey's trust?
So I think the reason Jeffrey doesn't trust Valerie right now is because he thinks Valerie's catfishing him. So somehow show that you care more about Jeffrey than like the money or resources he provides, and he'll trust you.
Okay, gotcha. We'll see how that goes. That really does not sound like Valerie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like she cares. It's not that she does care more about the money and resources. It's just expressing that to someone.
Oh yeah, totally.
Brilliant. Okay. Moving on. So I guess we like go stand next to this woman, the host person.
Yeah. And she says, all of you introduce yourselves. Names? And what's the name of your little group?
Do we have a name? Oh shit. My name is Valerie. Yeah.
I'm serious.
You just passed the ball to someone else. I like it.
This is Jeffrey.
Like nudge Jeffrey.
Just like,
oh, okay.
And what's the name of our group?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to have name?
Are we the Pool Sharks or the
Barista
no. Brothers?
That's fine. No, that's fine. Whatever. Brothers? No, shut up. We're like the Pool Sharks.
Everyone welcome the Pool Sharks.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Is it like everybody else is like forced clapping, smiles?
Yeah, and as
they really
you're like, I think that they're being like honest. Like these are people they don't know, so like clap, 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 be polite, whatever. Except for some of them who are just like really rude or like aloof.
Okay.
You see like a couple of people who are like not paying attention, and just kind of seem like they're not looking at. They're like looking through your sitch at the front. You're kind of spacey, and they're like the lady whose name. Oh, I have a button for this. I forgot. I can give her a name. The button. Neighborhood. Create mortal. Her voice is bright. Her name is...
This is pretty creepy, guys. They're all so thrilled.
And
then it automatically saves it for you?
It does that.
Oh, that's so good.
It needs additional labeling to make more sense, but it makes sense to me.
Manit. Okay.
Manit. And then, like, as you're in this pausing moment of applause and just like taking it in and whatever, and then it's like, oh, okay, now we're being clapped at. Cool. And she's just like right in the middle at an awkward point. She's just like, get out of the shot, and then she just like pushes you back into where you were, and she's like, oh, who are you? You're an interesting group. And then she goes to another group, and she brings forth a like some like weird Indian dressed lady, and she's followed by like 3 colorful animal people that are like really short. And she says, "And what are your names?" And she says, "I am Madame Zarada, and these are Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. And we are the house hunters." And the animal people don't speak because they're animal people.
Of course.
I don't know if we should trap our old characters into this hellfire.
It's too late.
It's too late.
We love our new characters now. Screw the old characters. They're dead to us.
And then she brings in, "And who are you?" And I actually have to look through the notes to remember the name of our old groups. Because one of these I remember and the other I don't.
Those
Ooh, archive.
at least.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that group is named either.
I don't remember what the second group was named either. It's saying Artists and Alphas or Love It or Lose It. But I think that was a group where we were like, that's not like the best name, but I don't have a better idea. Yeah.
Did the Arctic one have a name?
Yes, Cabin Crashers.
Oh, okay.
Because that one had a snappy name, but the other one was like, So who comes up is like this like turtleneck guy, sort of stiff-ish. This lady carrying like electrical cable, like spooled on her arm, and a guy with too many eyes, who has like a reflective face, and I just saw the perfect gift for it the other day too. It's like the eyes look in every direction at once.
Yeah.
That weird mask thing. Where's that GIF? I need to dig up that GIF.
It's on the Discord.
Yeah. Alter to the New Gods. Is it in there? Jump to present. Scroll up a little bit.
Shadowed Armory.
Okay, can you get that while I continue to introduce the people that we already know, but our audience might not?
Oh, it's all these other people. It's been so long.
Okay, so those are those people, and they're like, we're artists and alphas and whatever, and we're going to take away everything from you and leave you with a great house.
They were pretty much jerks, let's be honest.
Yeah. They were. I just like how we had like a devil's bargain clock that we filled entirely, which is just, we've had enough of your shit, or like quit taking everything away from us, and it just got filled by things like, we eat all of your food, we date your daughter, we do work in the middle of the night, so we take your sleep. And then that clock got filled, and then Sean got pushed into a basement.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
With a random person squatting in the basement, yeah. I remember all of that.
Yeah. And then the last group comes up and says, and we're the Cabin Crashers. We do a lot of work in the wilderness, and like when they say work in the wilderness, they kind of like
give each other a side eye.
Yeah, I think
the pair kind of looks at each other with little love eyes.
Yeah, and Sith Soul character who what was his name?
The Everyman.
No, the one after that.
Oh.
Who had like an actual name.
Oh, right, like the weird surfer hippie.
Yeah.
I do not remember that guy's name.
Shoot. But yeah, that guy is just like gives them like, yep, things are happening in the wilderness, and I think that's all we see of that group, because I think Ted isn't there.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, Ted is.
The Matrix could not find Ted.
See, I honestly don't think so, because you were already brainwashed. It didn't have to do anything for you. You didn't have to be in the simulation because you were in the simulation in real life. You're being controlled.
I couldn't be kidnapped because it'd be too meta.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like the intro of like all of the people and the competitors and stuff like that. And what the fuck is happening? Oh, there's a bug in front of that light. I was like, there is a black hole just moving around in front of my eyes.
Oh, Hayden.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Hopefully it'd be more screaming if there was a black hole. It would be a bad thing.
Yeah. And you're told you have 72 hours and to get to work right now. And all these different planes, or no. This is a level up to our old games. All these different flying vehicles come up, like the cabin crashers get like a biplane. The house hunters hop on a blimp and disappear, and I think, or no, the blimp comes for both Artists and Alphas and the House Hunters, because they're both in Canalville, where the blimp police are a thing. So the blimp police take them back to their home where they shoot the videos or whatever. Yeah, maybe you go on their blimp.
Okay.
And then there's just this one group that goes in a biplane that also follows the blimp to this new neighborhood.
Okay.
We're all going to the new neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess I should show all of our other characters.
Airplane scenes, sunset with like a blimp silhouetted in the background. Let's do an engagement roll for this competition. We are doing a competition plan because we are competing. And the detail for the competition plan, if I remember correctly, is something like your mindset and your strategy for the competition. So you know that you've been given...
strategy is do our best. Make it hella flashy. Gotcha. All right, I'm glad you both agree with me.
Do we know anything about the houses we're going to yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You've just like been informed by your suit that you get an old house.
Okay.
Like presumably one that's been foreclosed or I wouldn't say condemned. I think they've been like foreclosed and they're in like some disrepair, but they're not
uninhabitable.
Yeah, right. They're just like bad houses, not unlivable houses.
I was thinking, like, how are we supposed to compete with a crew that spent all their money making houses and never got paid for? Like, a bad matchup for us.
I mean, we can just do it better.
That's true.
We're better than them, obviously. And plus, we're all friends. Like, did you see the way those people were looking at each other? They were, like, definitely not on the friendship scale. Except maybe those weird animal people, but, like, who can trust them? They're so short. Like, ugh.
All right, hope we roll really well.
They're probably really terrible people who have some weird vice, like building a candy closet to fill with candy into the house just so they can have candy to eat.
In the Scum and Villainy game that I'm playing in on Saturdays, my little alien, their vice is candy.
Yes.
And just for anyone who's not watching that already, let me show you all my little sketch I did of that.
Oh, I love it.
Awesome.
Is that a candy person?
Sort of. They're a little slime person.
Oh my gosh.
They're a gel.
They're a gel alien.
There's a planet full of gumdrop people that are delicious.
Yeah. Don't eat them.
But they're delicious.
It's rude.
Can I lick them?
That's rude. Yes, but only consensually. Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later because it gets weird. So back to this game.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at our house. How do we roll this?
So we do an engagement roll, which is on the roll fortune button. This is an engagement roll. Okay, so you get 1 die by default. You get +1 if it's like batshit crazy, basically.
I don't know. I think we're batshit crazy.
You could edit your setup to make it sound more batshit crazy.
We should empty out.
Or do we have not enough information first, and we need to actually see the house before we?
I mean, here's my plan.
Yeah, maybe let's see the house first. So
okay,
let's gut the entire house and just build a new one on top of it.
That's pretty risky because that's going to take time.
Yeah, we've only got like 72 hours.
Like we'll gut the whole house and turn it into like an unfinished basement, and then we'll buy a new house and just lower it on top. This is a real thing people do.
And
it's true.
What special ability did your hustler pick? Cheat.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you can cheat at?
It's my special armor thing.
Subterfuge, so you could totally just be like,
push myself for subterfuge or resist a consequence from suspension or persuasion. So I have an idea. Well, one thing we could do is if buying a house is the thing, we could just buy someone else's house and just put it on that lot.
Oh, that's even better. We're just going to steal your whole house and add it to ours.
Yeah, or steal it, yeah.
I mean, we don't need to steal it because I'm an artist and I can have a free flashback to have perfect resources so we can like totally trade like one of those weird ass trinkets from your store to somebody for their whole house because I think that would totally work.
Yeah, some of that stuff is pretty valuable. You know, I put Cash for Gold out of business.
I believe it.
Yeah.
That's why you always have, like, the best parties.
I would call them raves, but yeah.
I mean, like, you could call them a rave, but, like, there's only, like, a half a dozen people there. I mean, usually you need at least, like, 30 people to really call it a rave.
It's really private, exclusive rave.
Yeah, alright. That's cool.
Plus 1 die if this plan's detail is particularly clever.
I don't know. I think that's pretty clever.
I think all my ideas are clever, Adam.
Okay. 3 dices. I'm gonna roll 3 dice. Okay. So we start off in a risky position. So I think this house, the house that you are looking to trade to get, is like the people who want to trade it for something aren't quite ready to give it up unless they have a really good reason to. So you're going to have to convince them that whatever you're going to give them in return is worth a lot, like worth more than the house itself.
Which group are you dealing with?
Oh, you were thinking of trading for another competitor's house?
Because my idea is we may not have to convince them to give it up if we can convince them that they want to stay here.
Like after we're done, like be like, hey, we're gonna move your house in across town, and then you can still live in it.
Right. Now, I was thinking like our competitors, like we're gonna steal their house, which they'll give it to us if we convince them that they want to stay.
Oh, so we're gonna convince them that they want to stay in the simulation, to stay in the house. Oh boy. I love it. This is such a good plan.
Nice.
So you're going to make everybody give up by designing the best house for them to...
Alright, so then our plan isn't actually to flip anything, it's just to use someone else's default house?
Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to
what we're flipping is the other people's expectations.
We're going to convince everybody to sell their houses. We're going to pool our money. We're going to buy the simulation of the Zerara mansion, and we're going to redecorate it once again, but for ourselves.
It's the newest fad hitting the market. It's pre-flip chic. And it's all the rage. It's all the rage right
buy
now.
A house after it's been flipped when you can buy it now and flip it yourself?
There's so much potential to every house. The more potential, the better.
I just like to think it's like you're introducing it as a new thing, that it's just like, why would you buy a good new house when you could buy a bad cheap house? Buy bad cheap houses, live a bad life, but at least it's not expensive.
Buy a bad cheap house and live a great life in a bad cheap house because of how much money is saved. It makes total sense. Total sense.
Okay. So let's just leave the engagement roll as it is. You start in a risky position. What are you doing first?
I feel like we should bring somebody coffee.
All right, yes. And I think I should gain potency for incorporating bitterness into my action because coffee is bitter.
That was not unintended when I wrote that rule. So you're actually doing it correctly.
Perfect.
Because I'm obsessed with coffee, so I'm just like, I'm just going to stealth make coffee better in this rule. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to make some coffee. Who are we going to bring it to, though? Who do we want to butter up first?
Do you want to butter up everyone eventually?
Sure.
Okay. Now, who do you butter up first? Yeah, because if you don't butter up everybody, then you have to compete with one person, and you could just compete with no people.
Right, exactly.
I feel like the people that would appreciate coffee the most are people that are very cold.
Yeah, I was thinking that that they would be the group that would be the most open to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And poor Hayden couldn't get that coffee machine to work. He spent Devil's Bargain dice. He couldn't get it to work.
No, I never worked.
Because I rewatched the VOD.
He was pretty helpless.
Yeah. So, since Hayden is in my hands now, I am certain Hayden would appreciate coffee. Almost obsessively.
So we're gonna go visit Hayden and the
Alexanders.
The Alexanders, yeah. So Alexander and what was the wife's
Kate
name?
Alexander?
Kate? Oh yeah, okay. Anyway, and Alex wasn't really his name. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is we're gonna go bring him coffee. So
yep.
Valerie shows up with like a little thing full of coffee for each one of them.
On the outside, you see they have a bulldozer turned off, but in the lawn over the curb.
Okay.
Yep.
They're ready to knock it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she like knocks on the door or whatever, and she's like, hello? Like, we totally are coming with a peace offering or whatever.
The door isn't locked, so if you wanted to, you could just.
So, I'm just gonna walk inside.
Yeah. You give them 2 warnings, and then you're just like, eh.
Y'all want some, like, coffee? Hello?
What are they doing and working on right now? Is my question to myself.
I mean, they're probably trying to fix a mistake.
I was thinking they're probably trying to see if their phones still work in this weird pseudo-reality. They gotta check the social medias, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're not quite as obsessed with social media as, like, Madame Zerara, per se, but...
It's true.
I would like to remind everybody that being obsessed with social media did save Madame Zerara's life.
That is true. That is, in fact, true.
For those of you in chat who were not there, because nobody was, because those episodes aren't recorded. There is a situation where, because of the Powerpuff Girls candy vice, they lost their purveyor, who they would meet in real life, and they started having to buy candy from the dark web. and the delivery person, because the roll got hella failed, knocked on the door for the delivery of the candy with a rifle, and then they were just like, no, go in the back, put it in the candy shed, and then the guy in just like this ram's mask thing, it just like goes around into the shed, puts the candy there, and later just shoots up like this gala held at this house to celebrate, like, look, we're getting our house renovated.
Need your
and then
candy,
Madame
man.
Zurara was like, fucking Wi-Fi in here, goes inside.
That was like one of my favorite things to be like a flashback. It's like, all right, everybody who's in the gala room, you're going to roll getting shot. I'm like, what if? What if instead? I wandered out of there trying to get better Wi-Fi. It was A+. It was A+.
Yeah.
God, that
was
so crazy.
It was really good.
I know. I have to admit, I really enjoy how meta this is.
Me too. That's exactly how I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Especially since it's a one-shot.
I think I have an idea for something I would be doing, but it's not with this group. I might be addressing something with the other group, so I don't think I'm actually here for this scene.
Okay.
Sirius, are you here for this scene?
Let me look at my skills real quick.
I also know what they're doing now. They are eating sub sandwiches because they're out to lunch.
They're not even here.
No, they're here, but they're out to lunch from their work.
Oh, okay. I thought they were
they're
out
hunched
to
over
lunch,
in
like
the kitchen, and they're just like, ooh, coffee.
Yeah. Sure, if we're all here, Sirius will be here.
Well, no, Jeffrey is already not here.
Okay. I guess I can be there, but Sirius is it's really looking very intense and upset all the time.
Sounds about right. So I brought coffee.
And the Alexanders, that beautiful couple, say, wow, that's super nice of you.
I know. I am just super nice. And she's putting the coffees down in front of everybody, smile, smile. And then she's hair flip. We are hoping we could have just a little chat, from one group to another, all friendly and shit, right?
Yeah. And Kate and Gershwin and Alexander start being romantically gross with each other, and then they look at you and then they say, yeah, we were thinking of an alliance as well. We want to beat the other two teams.
Well, that's all cool and everything, but I had an even better idea. And I don't
no, God, don't go in a weird direction. I want to get out of here. He mutters that so you can hear him.
I don't want to go into the whole spiel, but I want to roll fake here in order to just spout out why staying is such a great plan.
Sure, and I want to help. Sirius is just being stone-faced and kind of glum. The idea is that whenever they look away from Valerie, it's oh, this is bad. Let's look at Valerie again. It's a good look at her. Pay attention to Valerie. Don't let your minds wander. Focus on Valerie.
The problem is that I don't trust you, so I can't accept help from you.
What would it take to make me trust you? Or make you trust me?
Okay, to make me trust you.
Because I already trust you.
She's super vain. So you need to somehow show her that that she's important.
I mean, he is letting you speak. Isn't that demonstrating that he thinks that you're competent and skillful when it comes to doing with other people?
You have to like actually say it out loud. Like you can't
use your words.
Okay, I think you don't have to. Right. I don't think you have to show it. I think you have to say it because she is moving. She needs to hear it.
Yeah,
you know.
I think like Sirius is like after you like are done with like the first phase of your spiel, he's like, "Yeah, good job, Valerie." You also listen to Valerie. Valerie is way better at talking than I am.
Okay, that's like a sincere compliment that she believes completely, because she is very vain and she wants to hear it. But you know, and you would never lie to her. Maybe you would, but she doesn't know that. Well, I mean, you're not lying, so obviously,
yeah.
So Risky. What's my effect here?
Your effect. It's limited because of Hayden.
Okay.
Hayden wants to win, so he can get out and get back to his life of chasing the Auroras.
You think that's coffee you're drinking? What if all your coffee could taste that good?
I will now move to trusting Sirius and accept his help here. So you can spend a stress, and I will take an extra die. Boy, yeah, lower her mask and reveal her true self. That ain't gonna happen. I think it's pretty obvious that Valerie is vain. I will leave it to the rest of you. Do you think that was obvious that she was vain?
I mean, it's stereotypical that she's vain, but
I mean, it ties into her vice about her being vain. You know?
Yeah.
The only thing I can see if it's not being vain is if it's a mask of something. Like this is all to distract from something else of Valerie.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think...
Yeah. Also, with the answering the question from chat, if you do so, you are doing a confessional, which means you get to look directly at the camera, answer the question, and clear one stress.
I don't have any stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just get the one extra die.
But you could push yourself and then
maybe afterward. Well, things go badly. This is terrible. This is really terrible. I should have pushed myself. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Can you push for effect after?
Yep. Or push for an extra die.
I can push for an extra die right now because I forgot that was a thing. Okay.
Yep.
Roll. No. No! This keyboard is terrible.
Do you want help?
No, I got it.
Nope, 4. You got it.
Whew.
Okay, cool.
All right. Spend my stress.
So instead of failing it, you let's make a clock. I have wonderful clocks now.
Ooh, did you get the pretty ones?
Yes, I have the pretty ones.
Yes.
Not in here though. I have to put them together real quick. Hold on 1 second.
So if I while you're doing that, can I do the confessional about being vain?
Yes, please.
And then I get to clear stress.
Yep.
So like I just really like when people pay attention to me. I just have like this deep-seated need to be like validated because I'm really good at stuff, and yet I'm stuck in a stupid position as like a fucking barista, and like now I'm on this like totally cursed game show or whatever, and you know, I just need someone to tell me that I'm doing a good job because I'm trying my best here, right? And I am really good at everything that I do. So if you're not telling me that, it's because you are just not observant or some shit. Or you're being duplicitous and you don't even care about me. You gotta really tell me, like, how great I am, because that's how great I am. Okay? Okay. I think you get it now.
And thank you for doing that while I made that clock.
You're welcome.
I have made a clock called Stupid Hayden. And this clock is going to be about Stupid Hayden ruining everything and
oh no,
giving you an ultimatum about
it's only a 4 o'clock, man. We're not going to make the next scene.
About if you're going to side with him or not. But for now, he'll just give you side eye.
Do we want to
for very long
cut over to what Jeffrey's doing while we
let's
and
do
then
that.
we'll resolve? Okay.
Sure. So,
all right, Glitch Boy.
Jeffrey's concerned about the other competition, and so he's going to go over to one of the other locations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so far I'm just going to say intent. I'm not saying like this is exactly what he's doing. Intent first.
Yeah.
He wants to completely destroy one of the machines on one of the sites and ensure that they think it's the fourth group who did it.
Totally.
So I'm trying to get them to go to war with each other,
so
that no matter what happens, whatever they develop is shit. That we can easily beat. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So this is kind of funny because the House Hunters had a backhoe, but there was an episode in Artists and Alphas where they borrowed the House Hunters backhoe.
Oh yeah,
which is even more meta because we were meta before we even thought we were meta.
We are the meta-iest. Well,
that's right. I remember now because I made the House Hunters. I made the House Hunters a faction because I wanted to have an homage because that was a great playtest. And then you just took them as a faction that was one of your friends. So who has the backhoe? I almost think it's funnier if the Artists and Alphas have the backhoe now, but they never gave it back.
I think that is perfect. And then if
Even
you go
in
and
the simulation,
and then if you like go and destroy it, I think that's the perfect thing to do because then the Artists and Alphas are like, oh man, they destroyed our backhoe instead of like letting us give it because they're like, if we can't have it, you can't. And then on the other hand, probably the House Hunters are like, holy shit, you borrowed our shit and then you destroyed it, you motherfuckers.
Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah.
A
okay,
plus.
so the Artists and Alphas, Russo, the Everyman, and Sean have it.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, so I guess I had that way?
Yep. I mean, I don't think the suit tells you where it is, but the suit has GPS for sure, which is extra creepy because it makes you a little bit more like a Terminator.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. So,
do you have to roll to find them? Because I don't think you were like told.
We didn't really roll to find the other people.
Good point. Yeah. So you just find them, and you have. I think this is fun. I think they are presently using the backhoe.
Oh my god!
Russo
what if you get the suit to project one of the other people onto it?
Yeah,
it's the really crappy 2D projection.
I was about to say that. Like, I was gonna say, yes. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show up and attempt to convey myself as one of the game announcers to this group.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say that due to a technical glitch, this site is not being useful anymore, and I'm going to redirect them to the other people's site. So,
gotcha.
How would Jeffrey do this? How automated was the voice, or was the audio just the announcer lady's voice standard? Was it robot-y or 8-bitty at all?
No.
Okay. So,
and I think if the suit is a little bit like a smartphone has speakers, so that makes sense. Smartphone speakers are pretty good now. It sounds like it's coming through a good smartphone.
Okay. So, Was there a way that the officials of the show addressed the contestants? Is it contestants, or is there a show? Okay.
Yeah, it's contestant.
Cool. So Jeffrey sort of walks up and tries to do it in a way that appears like he's talking to people besides the people at the site.
Yeah.
And it's hello, contestants. It looks like we are doing great work so far and getting ready for the final push to winning the game. However, there has been a twist. Unfortunately for you, there is now only 2 viable sites. This is not one of them anymore. Please redirect your energies to insert GPS signal of House Hunters site.
Yep.
Whoever makes that house the best house will receive victory in these games. Good luck to you.
Good job musical chairsing your opponents. Let's do it.
Cool.
What are you rolling? Also, Russo was driving the backhoe, and she, when you said, "Great job, contestants," and she was like, "Yeah, you fucking bet." Yeah.
Yeah. So this totally sounds like fake. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What position is this?
I'd say desperate.
Okay. I'll take that.
I feel like it really works or it really doesn't work, so I feel like desperate great.
Desperate great. All right. I am going to use my cheat to push myself for because I consider this subterfuge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hell yeah, this is subterfuge.
So I'll mark that, and I'll use that as an extra die.
Nice.
Oh wait, let me retry it real quick. How literal is that, Kelsa?
I mean, my astral is fatalistic and psychotic and artistic, so I'm pretty literal here.
Okay.
I mean, like 90% literal. You can maybe convince me.
Well, also, like, both sites I consider enemies, so, like, using blood of enemies done by enemies type thing? Or is it like, no, directly, I have to interact with blood? My concern is the way I was thinking about it.
So this is getting the blood of your enemies by getting your enemies to do the blood of your other enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I think you could convince the astral that is, in fact, a thing. Enjoy your bright boon.
Okay.
So how is blood being used?
Yeah. So there's going to be...
You gotta get them to actually feel blood, I think.
Yeah, there's going to be an amendment to this.
Okay.
Oh!
I think the twist will be like, so like, as Jeffrey is finishing up his monologue from before, there's like and remember, contestants, there is a slight twist. The bonus challenge. For all other contestants, inside the house as it's graded, there is an extra tick mark for quality. So stuff those houses full.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. So he's trying to say, like, if you build the other crews into your house, that offsets the quality level of that house that it needs to be. Does that count?
Yes, I understand what you're talking about, but that's...
Well, yeah, I can tell from your face.
I love it.
I love this game.
Me too.
But
the reason why I didn't stop working on it is because I can't.
I will say that the awesome part of how I phrased it as a GM wink before I theoretically don't roll bad is that I didn't exclude our group.
Yep.
So I think that's 2 bonus dice. Let's see here. Beautiful. Awesome. Mark XP in mind. Yeah.
Yes. I do like that the roll template tells you when you roll a desperate roll, hey, mark your XP in mind.
I do like that as well. That's A+ as far as design goes. So thank you.
I like it. So yeah, perfect. Russo's really fucking pissed off, but she's like, she gathers Sean and the Everyman and gathers them into her truck, and she drives off to the other site and leaves the backhoe behind. And then as they leave, what happens to Suit? To Glitch Suit? Do you like keep the appearance, or is it like power off?
I think all that happens is like one of those 2-dimensional smiley emotes comes on, and then it just sort of turns into like and then maybe like the head goes sideways, and then it just turns into a grin emote as he watches the truck go off into
I feel like, are you lazy about clearing your cache for your suit? Where it's I
don't think Jeffrey's aware of the cache at this point.
It just, you get images stacking on top of each other, and you're just like, deleting layers. No, I'll just paint more stuff on top of it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Interesting.
Okay. Apparently I'm a bit sadistic.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now what are you doing to this backhoe?
Actually, given with the context of how this is, I think I might leave it be for now.
Okay.
Because I didn't need to convince them to do anything to the other people.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do it on their own. So.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, I need to mark that Valerie did a confessional, I think?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, heads up, just for your own brainsicles. The way a confessional works is the crew kind of has its own stress track. Nothing bad happens when you fill it up. You just don't have any more confessionals to spend. It's a 7-box track, and it starts filled up for the number of players that are playing. And
how do you get confessionals back?
By filling up your drama clock.
So how do we fill up our drama clock?
I don't know how we fill up that.
You just start being shitty to one another in a way that inflicts consequences. Like, if one thing that happened in Tux's game is one person was trying to make drinks, and then somebody smashed all of the drinks, so there was glass everywhere. That's a complication because now there's glass everywhere.
Gotcha.
And then that filled up the drama clock, which used to be on everyone's sheet, but now it doesn't, because it doesn't need to be that way. It's just more work. Yeah. Okay, so I marked that you did one confessional, and if you would like to clear some, you may, if you decide to go down that path, but you don't have to.
So there's like 2 left for confessionals?
There's 3.
Oh, okay.
Because there are 3 PCs, 3 stars.
So we started with 4 empty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then we used 1.
Yep.
So there's 3 left.
There's 3 left. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Great. What's next?
Maybe cut back over to Valerie and Sirius, trying to convince these cabin crashers to stay and live in the Matrix forever.
Mm-hmm. So what you need to do is what's your promise to them? What leverage do you have on them that they're being convinced?
That they're going to have the perfect house.
In the Matrix, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What are you doing to convince them? Yeah, we should break in a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe on the hour?
I think we missed a break.
Yeah, I feel like we missed a break.
Do we want to just take it right now? It's a weird time, but...
I'm fine, or if we just wait 15 minutes. Doesn't matter either way.
Either way.
Okay. So I want to use my... Okay, so we were talking about how I had the ability to expend a specialty to freely invoke a flashback to have the perfect resource or inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is where we found a house that was already perfect. Like, we got all these shitty houses that we needed to redo. But we found a house that was perfect. And we're like, you want to, you want to live here in this perfect house.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to move it over there for you. And then you can just live there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be great.
Awesome. So what does this perfect house look like? Is it multi-story, or is it
It's like multi-story, and it's got like the first story is like open into a like retail space, like so that they can set up like a little shop downstairs. And then it's got like a central kitchen area, but then like different wings, like this direction and that direction, so that they can all live together in the same house, but not like together. And it's got the laundry room upstairs as well, so you don't have to go downstairs to do your laundry because that's such a pain in the ass.
I also imagine from the outside, it feels quite tall, and like it has like a sort of like curvy peaked roof.
Nice.
And the windows have like the same sort of curviness around their frames, and there's like black painted brick on the front, because the kinds of houses that I've seen have retail space, those are what fill my mind, just like black painted brick. Oh yeah, and there's a really pretty balcony on the outside.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, on the very top floor. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So we're describing this perfect house to them, and maybe Sirius has more of like the technical terms, whereas Valerie has more of like the flourishes. Like, this is great because of all these reasons, and then and like here's all of the artistic reasons why this is great. And then maybe Sirius is like, here's all the more pragmatic reasons why this is great.
Yeah. Like the counts of like 4 bedrooms, gotta have that. You'd never have enough bedrooms because then you can turn the bedrooms into a different space.
He's like going into the extra reels and saying like 50% of all families with 4 bedrooms live happier lives.
Perfect. I love it. It.
And also I think like he's like, this isn't just any house. We scoured all the houses from all the realities to find this perfect house for you.
Yeah.
So you're also tossing in that it's like, I haven't seen a house this good in real space either.
Have you?
This is a better house.
This is a house from Dimension.
That's important. That's actually very important, because Hayden really wants to get out because he feels like this is shit world, also not real.
But this is better than reality.
Yeah. This is, you only find us on Dimension 33178. Like, they have just like, you remember Michelangelo? No. And in this world, Michelangelo was an architect, and he built perfect houses. People have been trying to copy him ever since. I've never seen houses like this.
Yeah, totally. So can I roll some fake with some help here?
Yeah, I'll help.
Sounds like it makes sense. You trust each other now.
Yes, and I'm also going to fake. I'm also going to push myself again, because of course I am. What's my position?
Risky.
And
Hayden is a butt. And
it's still limited.
I think your effect is standard, because you've kind of built up an argument.
Okay.
And you succeeded on your last roll, so I feel like that's a setup.
Nice. I do it, but there is a consequence.
Perfect. Risky roll. So you may resist this, but I am going to fill up the stupid Hayden clock.
I don't want that to happen, right?
Yes, because let me narrate the reality that happens
before I resist.
Yeah. So Hayden's
No, that was 3 then. So I think that filled it up.
Yeah. It would be nice if I didn't feel like I had this black filter over my eyes that I can't see. It feels like I have like tunnel vision. You understand? Reality is 180 degrees. And this is like 45, maybe. Do you ever have that feeling?
Can I resist this instead?
You can.
Sure.
Can I resist
protect her by handling this? Yeah.
Is it okay if we let the clock fill and then I resist this? Because I don't want to keep resisting every time the clock would tick. Right? You see what I'm saying? I want to resist the end of the clock, not the clock itself. All right. So
yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
What Sirius will do is Sirius will say, you know, I know exactly what you're talking about. The problem is a lot of people feel that way in real life. You ever had that day you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed and it seems like visibility is 5 feet? Like, it's just fog everywhere, like you're just muddled. I can teach you how to be clear-minded all the time. So I'm going to resist this with Soul. And what I'm basically doing is I'm teaching him how to peer into reality.
Mm-hmm.
So let me roll Soul, I guess. Right, I'll take 1 stress.
So he is going to argue with you and say, no, you actually don't get it at all. It's not blurry. It's black. Black right there. And it's just, it's like
Free
I'm not really
mind.
seeing it. I can see it if I focus, but I can't, it's not, this is really, really hard to tell you.
Okay.
But
so it's not the fact that he can't see past it, it's the fact that he knows it's there.
Yeah, basically.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
So
wait, I have another idea that you might like as well, if not now, later. The show ability that I picked for you is one where you can do a confessional where you show people the vision of their perfect house in CGI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I will do this.
Okay, I'm going to mark a confessional that you
I thought it was, it would give us 1 die to the engagement roll.
It can, but you can just spend a confessional to shift reality into a pseudo space of moving CGI where you illustrate your creative vision. That's just a thing you can do. And then it says after that, when you do this, add +1 die to the engagement roll.
Gotcha. But also we're going to get a bonus here. So yeah, I think, Valerie like opens up a CGI display of this perfect house and is like, and see right here, this is where the kitchen opens up into a dining nook on one side, and then the halls to either side, and then there is just like this window box right over the sink that faces out into the garden in the back. Like, it's beautiful. Totally.
And I think when you do the chef's kiss,
yes.
Like you see like a like liquid blobsy sort of flourish where the garden appears on the side of the house.
Yeah, it wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just like as you say things, like lines get drawn that illustrate a balcony or whatever when you mention the balcony and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think while she's doing that, I want to help by talking to the blackness that Hayden sees and trying to like lighten up a little bit, get off his back, let him see more of the real world. You can bloom at a distance, or
clever.
Just not what you're doing right now. It's not cool, man. So while he's looking at this blueprint of the house, I intention maybe the darkness recedes a little bit, and it seems like this blueprint is real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The blackness will need convincing to recede because its mission is to provide contrast.
Once we're gone, I don't care what you do.
That's pretty good. It's like, hey, darkness, just chill out for a little while until we win 72 hours. Then you can come back and do whatever you want.
Okay, cool. I think this is an action roll.
It sounds like low.
Maybe.
For me? Okay.
Yeah.
Unless
you have a better idea.
I could push myself, and I'll fill up my bar. But all that happens then is I go insane, right?
Are you really that high on stress already?
I only have 2 more left.
Weird.
I'm at 4, so if I go 2 more, then I take a fall?
Yeah.
Right? Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. You can keep going.
Oh, what's
also,
my position?
Take a break for puppy.
Your dog is a dog.
Yeah, my dog needs break.
So what's my position?
Your position is risky, I think.
Okay.
And your effect is standard.
Okay.
Because that's a good bargain.
I need devil's bargains. But I don't have any enemies that I could bleed.
That one was already used.
Yeah.
You could accept the psychic frequency manifestations of the Weeping Mother into your mind.
A boon of fortune for those who lower their masks and reveal their true selves. I would argue I'm revealing.
This is where you really see what a freak you are.
Like, I'm revealing my true
Finally.
darkness.
What does the darkness see?
What does the darkness see? So I think he sees, like, I think I look like not a robot, but like a Pinocchio, with like the wooden joints and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you can see it, but like, I think the darkness can see that I've tricked many people in the past. Like, I've sold them things I knew that would harm them, or I've convinced them to do things that I knew would only bring them, further harm. And here I'm not trying to trick the darkness, but I'm trying to use the darkness as an accomplice in one of my tricks.
This is very interesting because it almost feels like you're also confessing to the darkness. Because I, as the darkness, asked you a question of what do you look like to it.
Yeah, like I don't know how to put who I am. Like I just look like a normal person most of the time, right? But what I am,
I think so. That seems to be what you're describing.
Is more sinister. And there's like an archetype of shop owners who give magic trinkets that are really bad for you, and you shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think this character is.
Gotcha.
All right. So I'll take an extra die, and we'll see how this goes. Doop. Of course.
That's never not funny. Let's see how this goes. Terrible.
Things go badly.
The first thing that comes to my mind is you. The darkness just spreads into your vision.
Okay.
And now worse than having like nihilist feelings. Yours relating to Hayden. And you know why it sucks to feel like you have a black screen in front of your eyes.
Right. Okay. Am I still maxed out?
Break time?
We should go to break.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't take a flaw, or do I do take a flaw?
Did you just fill in all of your stress boxes?
Yeah.
Did you overflow?
No.
Okay. I feel like you might have been confessing to that darkness back there. So
Sure.
If you want to, you can say, okay, I'll mark a confessional on the sheet and then clear one stress, and then you won't have to take a flaw.
Okay. I mean, we can just take flaws later.
Exactly.
All right. Yes, I terribly failed. I think this is the first time playing this game where I've actually terribly failed when everything's on the line.
I think that's true. You usually come through in weird ass shit.
Yeah, this is whatever. It's finally got me. All right. We'll be back in a few minutes. See you guys. All right.